Welcome to a world that only exists at night, where heroes are found in the strangest of places. A world populated by forgotten classics, video nasties, and the ahead of their time. Take a look with me at misunderstood geniuses and those who believe themselves to be so. This is the world of the Midnight Screening. Welcome back, everyone, to Midnight Screening. My name is Nathan Lang. With me, as always, is Josh K.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm here too. Hi.
And Ty Hennessy.
Yeah, I don't want to be here.
Just before I announce or finish the intro here, I want to state, I know I've said it before sarcastically a few times on this show, and not really meant it. This time I do. I'm sorry, boys.
Are you?
You
I
better be.
am.
Oh, wait.
This time round,
Are you sorry because you put us through it, or are you sorry because you put yourself through it also?
well, mainly the last one.
There
But-
we go.
Yeah. Today's film is the 2018 financial disaster, Holmes and Watson. And I think we found out why this was such a financial disaster.
Because it was utter garbage.
Yes, it was.
Oh.
It actually, do you know what? It surprised me how bad it was. It's been a while since I've
Yeah.
been genuinely surprised by a movie. So I applaud it for that. For everything else, it should die.
I love
Yeah.
that. It took me 3 times to get through this film though. That's saying something.
Yeah, also.
And just for some context, yeah, right? So the first time I watched it, I thought I'd got maybe half an hour in before just falling asleep at my desk. Then when I went to rewatch it, rewatch the bit that I hadn't seen because I wasn't watching from the start again. That was not happening. I then
No.
skimmed through, the Netflix bar, scrolling through to see where it got to. Turns out I'd got an hour and 15 minutes into the film. Not half an hour. Shows how awful this film is. The fact that I thought I had gotten only half an hour in because nothing had happened. But nope, I had done over half the film. And then that
Yeah.
last half hour, I had to take 2 seconds to watch because I just couldn't. Just couldn't.
Yeah, it got worse.
It
Yeah.
just progressively decides to become more and more shit.
Yeah, I think I got half an hour in my first watch, 15 minutes my second watch, and then like the last 40 odd minutes in my third watch, and god damn it.
So I win because I did it in 2 watches.
Do you really win though? Do you win?
No, see what happened was I was gonna just shotgun it last night, right? I'm just gonna get
Okay.
through it,
Yeah.
and I'm usually good at that. No matter how awful a film is, I can just get to the end. I fell asleep, straight up. Just woke up with my laptop on my chest and went, I'm gonna need to go back.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Figure out what's going on in this thing. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I will give it props. I laughed 3 times. And I will tell you exactly what 3 times I laughed. Right?
Okay.
2 times with John C. Reilly. And 1 time's one of the little kids. It's hilarious. It's when he called Sherlock a wanker. Hilarious.
Oh no, I
like-
hated
yeah,
that bit.
I liked the kids.
And
Oh.
no, please
like-
rephrasing. Please rephrase
Like
that.
I mean the characters, like the news kids, I thought were quite funny.
The second time is when I'm gonna have to say spoilers because it does spoil a bit. When
Oh, who cares?
Watson has to fight Braun Strowman. Also, why is Braun Strowman in this movie? It's when he has to fight him and then he goes, I called bullshit. I'm like, that's pretty funny. And then when he's attached to the wheel and Sherlock he's like wanting Sherlock to save him, and right at the end we just get done with it, he's just like, just get me off the fucking wheel. I
Yeah,
laughed at
that
those
was
3 pieces.
that scene.
Those are funny.
That scene was almost a joke. That was almost like a Naked Gun kind of setup, and yeah.
Yeah.
The
Shame
keyword,
it's
Yeah,
at the
like-
end of the
yeah,
movie.
the keyword in that sense being almost a joke. It wasn't even as if
It was
it
all-
kind of redeemed itself. It was just
There's a couple times where it almost feels like you're watching like a Naked Gun movie, and
Yeah.
then it just misses the point.
Yeah.
Because I liked the boxing ring scene, the attempt to pay-per-view joke.
Yeah.
And I didn't laugh. I went, okay, I get it. Like I
And
get the
then
joke
the
here. That's
then
almost
the
smart.
drunk risky text. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the pick.
No.
It's it.
Like it.
I feel like, real quick, I just realized, before we continue complaining, we should probably have a quick description of what this movie actually is. So
That's
people,
very true, actually.
so people
Yes.
understand
Good
why we're
point, we've
complaining.
missed that.
Josh, would you like to describe what this film
Oh,
is?
Right, so think about everything you hate most in the world combined into about an hour and a half worth of footage. Now picture that, but 10 times worse. And there you go. But more specifically, it's John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell being Holmes, Sherlock Holmes, and John Watson back, it's Victorian London. But the concept here is that it's a comedy. Because that's not right. It's meant to be a mystery. I don't know. And all the
That
jokes fall flat. It
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing, because the idea of having like a genuinely iconic comedic duo play Holmes and
Yeah.
Watson, it's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just try and make
we-
it?
Right.
I think what bugs me
Would you-
about that is I found
Yeah.
the Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, Sherlock Holmes and John Watson characters way
Yeah.
more funny than I found these.
Yeah.
And that's not
Yeah.
a
That
is a
straight up
much
comedy
funnier
film,
movie.
and that bothers me. Like that should not be the case.
This film does a joke almost straight out of the Guy Ritchie film, but it's less funny.
Which one?
Yeah,
When the boxing ring after John C. Reilly gets thrown out,
Yeah.
you got
Oh,
Will
yeah,
Ferrell
the-
as Sherlock, and he does the weird mind palace thing, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, I was like, this was funnier in the movie you're parodying. Why?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
My question
I've
is,
got a
are we
feeling-
just wrong? Are we wrong about Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly?
that's a lot of my thoughts on this film are. I think they wrote a very crap script and realized that, but couldn't be bothered rewriting it. So they thought, how could we make this maybe passable so it sells some sort of tickets? And their theory for that
Which
was
it didn't.
get two big comedy stars and release it on Boxing Day, so everyone's going to go see it after Christmas.
That's the issue with Will Ferrell, I think, is he's a wonderful comedic performer,
Mm-hmm.
but he does not do a lot to enhance your bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, you need like an Adam McKay or someone genuinely already funny to be reining him to where he needs to be.
Yeah.
Because he plays like he's doing the same thing he does in like Anchorman or Step Brothers or whatever. It's just not funny.
It's also part of the problem, though, is he's playing the character of a goofy comedic person with no substance, but that worked in all the
Yeah.
other films that he's in, and then all of a sudden he's tried to do it here, and that leads to all the jokes falling flat and them just getting nowhere with this film because they've just got a bunch of it. Almost at points feels more like a sketch comedy than an actual comedy because they've just got loads of slapstick jokes that don't work together, but they've tried to mush it and make it into a narrative that just doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah, that's why I referenced the Naked Gun. I think that's my favorite film that does that. Like the Naked, I could not tell you the plot to the Naked Gun, and I've seen it like 8 times. But it works because that's the point. You know, it's a sequence of let's get Leslie Nielsen in various wacky situations that vaguely relate to like this police storyline.
Yeah.
But this one cares so much about the mystery aspect for some reason.
Because that's what makes Sherlock Holmes. So
It's almost frustrating that they keep getting the Sherlock lore correct. But I don't know why that bothered me. It's so loving, but also so disrespectful at the same time.
Yeah. God, it's such a bad movie.
yeah,
I actually gagged at a point.
like physically gagged.
Yes. Physically gagged. It was the autopsy scene. One bit that
Oh,
bothers
right.
me is they put on Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers from the 1950s. When Sherlock set?
Yeah, I don't think they're going for historical accuracy
I
here.
don't
Gotta
care,
be
that
honest.
annoyed me. And then it's the bit where John C. Reilly like hooks the cake out his belly button. Mm.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should. I know it's not like I know it's like probably an overreaction, but ew, gross.
No, I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was gross out, but it wasn't like fun gross out.
no,
You know?
like there's funny gross outs. There is funny.
The whole time watching that scene, I was thinking, how funny is the surgery scene in Spies Like Us?
I
And then I was going, why am I watching Spies Like Us? That's a funny movie.
Did you guys like? Did you guys get the feeling of watching, like Step Brothers or Talladega Nights just to make sure that you liked John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell duo? Like after
Oh,
watching
yeah,
the movie, you're
like-
like, I just want to watch that.
Ma-
Just-
My plan the first time watching it that I didn't do because it took me so long to get through this one film was just to follow up with Step Brothers so that I was happy again in life
Yeah.
and didn't want to go jump off a bridge. But ew,
Yeah.
didn't get the chance to do that because it took me so bloody long to watch through this film that's only an hour and a half long.
yeah.
I did rewatch the cowbell skit from SNL.
Ah,
After this, I was like, "Yep, Will Ferrell is very funny." Like,
I'm glad.
I'm not wrong here. He is a very talented man.
I mean, it takes a lot for me to laugh at a guy going, "If you don't chew Big Red, then f you." Why do I laugh at that line? For some reason it's a funny line, but no, like nothing that Will Ferrell said I laughed at.
Grant, yeah. To be fair, to both Riley and Will Ferrell, they're not the only two funny people that aren't funny in this movie.
No, of course.
the majority of the
There is
cast in this film.
Yeah, there's a slew of brilliant performers in this movie, and no one does anything funny the
Please.
whole time.
So I can tell you some actors, but who, apart from Steve Coogan, who's the funny that's meant to be?
Yeah,
Who's the funny?
yeah. You got to say, oh yeah, Steve Coogan,
who's the
Alan
funny that's not
Partridge
funny?
himself.
Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, but who's the
Love that man.
meant to be funny that's not funny? Apart from Steve Coogan.
You got Rob Brydon.
Hugh Laurie.
Right, is Hugh Laurie meant to be funny?
Yeah.
Because he's done a lot of dramatic
Black-
roles.
Yeah, well, the House kind of changed him, but he was a comedian for a long time before that. The Fry and Laurie stuff.
Oh, I forgot about Fry and Laurie. Is it weird that he played Stephen Fry's character?
I think that might be why they cast him, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there's a whole like reveal and everything where it's like it's Hugh Laurie, and then they do again nothing funny with him.
I
Yeah.
know, but they talk with their minds. That's hilarious. Don't you get the joke? Because then Watson has to go into a room with a monkey and a guy with a bag on his head. It's comedy
Yeah.
genius, Nathan. Come
And a
on.
child.
That's not even a Sherlock joke. That's How I Met Your Mother.
I couldn't
Like-
finish that sentence.
That is not How I Met Your Mother.
No, that's the thing. They're like, oh, we're smart. We can telepathically like communicate.
Oh, right.
That's just How I Met Your Mother. That's not sure.
No, that's not being smart. That's being, like,
No,
knowing someone
it's
for
about-
that long. You can talk to
Yeah.
them with a look.
Which is a joke, like a competent like joke.
Like, we do it at work. We do it at work when
Wow.
something gets said. I look at you and go, and you
Yeah.
can know I'm telling you this is Bill.
Because the joke in How I Met Your Mother is they've been friends so long that like they can tell what each
Yeah.
other are thinking by like the way they look at each other, so they heighten it by pretending to have a conversation in their minds. That's a joke. That's like a reference to a thing that happens and then a
Yeah.
punchline. What happens here is they're like, we're very smart. What?
Question: Who's on IMDb?
Me?
We've got the pages open.
See the woman that plays Mrs. Hudson.
Oh, Kelly
Or
MacDonald.
Is she Scottish?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's she was in Trainspotting.
Yeah, I know, but can you see where I'm coming from? It seemed fake.
It's an
They've heightened-
It's an exaggerated accent for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
which is weird because she's already got the strongest Glaswegian accent I've ever heard.
Yeah,
It's for
I knew
comedic
there was
effect,
some-
though. Obviously.
It's not because then she just got really bloody annoying.
They did the same joke in Wreck-It Ralph too, with the same actress.
Ugh.
Because she's the voice of Merida.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they did the same thing in Wreck-It Ralph too, where she does like her accent, but worse, and then everyone's like, I don't know what you're saying. Haha.
Comedy. Because Scottish accents are hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny when someone has a different accent to you.
Yeah.
That's a great joke, everyone. Let's keep
Yep.
doing it forever.
And we'll use the same people twice.
Yeah, I feel so bad that that's essentially all Kelly MacDonald does nowadays.
Yeah.
She's a
Scottish.
very talented actress as well.
Oh, man. Just a fucking
Is
shit
that,
show.
is that all this episode's gonna be from now on? We're just gonna go like, who else is normally good in things that was in this movie?
It's just like, yeah, like we should give
Ralph
that
Fiennes.
heads up right now. This whole episode is going to be nothing but complaints. I don't think any of us have got anything good to say about this film.
Ralph Fiennes. I thought he was going to be the saving grace of this movie. Nope.
No,
He's a wanker.
that's the joke.
Yeah.
That's the whole,
That-
and they do it twice.
Right, I'm sorry. That whole subsection, I'm sorry for the language, but the whole subject, after Honest, I'm like, I didn't really understand that. Then when they started going through it, I'm like, I'm shouting at the TV, he's a wanker! Come on! It's like, oh god. Yeah,
Well, yeah, the scene just keeps going.
yeah. Like,
But it's like,
there's a bit in Letterkenny, they exchange a few, there's literally 4 jokes about, masturbation. That's it. And that is solid. Nope, that's just Jesus.
like, there's 2 ways you can do that joke. Yeah, either you, as soon as it's obvious, you stop,
Yeah.
or you keep going, but you go past the point of absurdity.
Yeah.
Wait, you missed the third
They don't-
option. You missed. Just don't do it at all.
Or don't, because the joke's not funny.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the way, like, if you've ever seen, like, an Auntie Donna sketch or something, often they'll do the same thing. They'll start with a joke that's not, inherently isn't funny, but then they stretch it, until you're at the most absurd version of that joke, and then that's the joke.
But what makes it work with that, right? On that note, is they, when they're starting it, know it's not that funny. So they're
Exactly,
using.
yeah.
Whereas in this film, they think they're being hilarious, so they just prolong that one bit that makes them think that they're the funniest people on earth.
So you end up with this weird middle ground of just nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With John C. Reilly shouting, he's a wanker.
Yeah.
And then, it happened. Then, when they caught him, he's like, just don't wank on us. I'm like, oh, God's sake.
Oh, yeah, they do it again.
And then there's a newspaper article.
Yeah.
Man wanks himself to death. He died doing what he loved. I'm like, Jesus. Do you know what? I appreciate... This is the weirdest phrase I've ever seen in my life. I appreciate a good wank joke. Not 3 overplayed in the same movie.
None of which are
I
good.
appreciate... Yeah,
No,
I can
none of
appreciate
them.
a joke about anything if it's not blindingly obvious and unfunny.
Oh wait, no, 4.
There
There's
was
4
nothing-
wanker jokes.
there's-
The
there's
little
nothing,
kid calls Holmes
like-
a wanker.
Yeah. There was nothing creative in those jokes, though. It's
No.
just... Again, the whole he died doing what he loved. Like, everyone's made that joke before.
Yeah. Who's the writers?
So why? Why bother? This film was...
Because they need to be fired.
Ethan Cohen. Not to be confused with Ethan Cohen, who is a great screenwriter.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What has Ethan Cohen done after this?
Oh, no.
Idiocracy, Men in Black 3, and Madagascar 2,
Yeah.
Escape from Africa. They're his biggest titles.
Madagascar.
He's done those, yeah,
2
he's
is solid.
done...
Get
he did
Hard.
co-write Tropic Thunder with Ben Stiller.
See, Ben Stiller saved that boy.
He is Holmes and Watson's the only thing I can think of. This and Get Hard, where Ethan Cohen is like the main writer. I feel like he's more of an ideas guy, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
He'll come up
'Cause,
with
yeah,
grand
like
ideas.
Idiocracy and Tropic Thunder are both like classic 2000s comedies.
You think
But
Will
you're
Ferrell
talking-
owes him a lot of money or something?
Yeah, because he's in both of his like movies. Get Hard is better than this, to be fair.
I've avoided
I've never
Get
seen it.
Hard. Just like
It's
I'd
not-
avoided Holmes and Watson until you made us watch it.
Sorry. Yeah, Get
You're
Hard's not
not,
good
though.
either. It's just it's more competent than this.
Which again
Yeah.
isn't saying much.
No. Actually, the whole...
It's easy from.
You go.
Oh, go for it.
No, you go.
Okay, I was gonna say, just on the note of this Ethan Coen guy,
Yeah.
from what I can see, he worked on Beavis and Butthead for a bit and King of the Hill.
Okay.
So he seems to be, and again having a screen credit on Idiocracy, he seems to be Mike Judge's friend or kind of co-writer, which would kind of explain that what's happened here. So you've got that kind of anti-comedy, deliberately uncomfortable thing,
Yeah.
but then you take out the genius that is Mike Judge from that, and you just get uncomfortable.
Do you think maybe Ethan Coen's like a co-writer, not a main writer?
Yeah. Because looking through this, I don't hate most of the things he's done. I quite like a lot of his work.
Mm.
Except for the two he did by himself.
Yeah. He
Which
might
are
just
awful.
be a co-writer.
Please prove me wrong, Ethan Coen.
Or don't try, and then we don't have to sit through another shit film.
Or make Mike Judge make another film. I like Mike Judge a lot.
Oh, man.
We also, since we've not actually delved into the more deeper aspects of why it sucks shit and just complaining, why the absolute living hell did they decide to put a musical number in it?
Thank you! Thank you!
Okay, let's talk about this.
I'm sitting there watching it going, and they start singing. I'm like, why?
That has to be a contractual obligation for Will Ferrell, right?
Is
Like, Will Ferrell just wants to sing nowadays.
There's, I mean, no sentence in any form wasn't even remotely funny, didn't work for anything they were trying to achieve, and it feels like the whole thing was a build up for the one joke afterwards where he goes, I shouldn't have spent so much time singing, which also was not funny.
Which,
I thought
like, that's a competent joke in a different movie.
I thought it built to the gay
You know?
joke at the end. You know, the whole when they both say the man I love. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
We still doing this?
yeah, like, ooh,
Really?
like
This movie came out in 2018, we're still doing that joke.
Kevin
really?
James and Adam Sandler did it. Just
Yeah.
let them
And I
have it.
hated it then.
Yeah.
I just noticed this film won 4 Razzies and was nominated
That
for
is-
2 other ones.
That's not surprising.
Also, the did we catch the Trump joke?
Oh, you catch the really subtle, not obvious at all Trump joke? How would we have missed that?
Yeah. It got weirdly political for us.
Yeah. So
Because it started subtle because he said we celebrate the special relationship. I was like, that's kind of a fun like nod to like politics. Cool. And then she was like, yeah, we've got democracy. No businessman could just become president. And I was like, okay. And then they're like, yeah, no trumped up. And I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
And then
Donald
they
Trump.
keep going.
We get it.
They just keep. I was like, I understand who the president was when this movie came out.
Yeah. But I think going back to the singing thing, I think they were trying to rip off Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, or Birkin Hair.
Working here movie. Yeah.
Except those were just musicals to begin with.
Any movie set in Victorian times got ripped off here.
So, like, yeah. I don't know. 'Cause again, yeah, that joke of like breaking into a musical number, like when there's a time sensitive matter, and then not getting there on time and going, oh, I shouldn't have spent all my time singing. That's really funny in like Tangled,
Yeah.
because that's a thing that happens in Tangled.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the first comedy musical I could think of.
Literally, even when you were saying it, I'm trying to wrap my brains to think of another movie where like a song happens and then it ends and like the thing that we're trying to stop like has happened. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
There's
Like
none.
that's a good joke if you've got musical numbers already.
Yeah.
And then you do one in a situation like that, and then that's a clever sort of subversion. You can't just put in a musical number
No.
with like 10 minutes left of the movie.
Well, sorry, right. They did in Step Brothers, but it's different
Because it was funny.
because it was a Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah, it worked in Step Brothers because Step
Seems
Brothers
amazing.
is a funny film throughout, so they can start doing things like adding those really stupid random jokes because it continues to be funny. But in this, where it's just constant falling flat and them thinking they've got you and the whole audience will be laughing when really there's awkward silence,
Yeah.
Someone's honking at
Like, yeah,
door.
there's-
But yeah, and then they just burst into a blooming musical
Yeah.
number, which again is trying so hard to be hilarious throughout the whole song, and then followed up by jokes that all continue to fall flat. It just
it's not even. I was gonna say it's not even in the right place to do that
No.
because there's still more movie afterwards. If you think of like the 40-year-old virgin, you know,
It's right at the end after the
it's
wedding.
right at the very end. It's the most ridiculous
Do you know
like
what?
part
I love
to
that.
leave
bit of the
you
movie.
like it's
great.
funny because it's like here's the end of the movie. We're at the total climax of it. Pardon the pun. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Well, no, you won't. You'll
But
be at work.
yeah, true. We do this once a week. But then, what was I saying? 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
And then it's the most heightened, ridiculous part of the whole film, and it's right at the very end. There's no point in doing that bit and then going back to the plot.
Yeah.
Why? What was the point?
Apparently comedy.
Oh wait, I have a major complaint
Oh, really?
about the ending of this
About
movie.
this great
right?
movie. Oh,
No,
Nathan, I'm shocked.
This is on a very different level to everything else. Okay.
Okay.
Since when did the Titanic set sail from London?
Yeah. Thank you.
What?
since it meant they could make a shit joke about it. That's when.
It's when did the? Because it's not. It annoyed me at first, and I was like, okay, maybe they just don't know. Maybe this is a lazy movie. No one did the research. But then they make a Billy Zane joke.
I was going to
I'm
say,
like, also, you've at least seen the movie Titanic.
since Billy Zane got signed on a contract, they were thinking of a Titanic joke.
So you've at least seen the movie Titanic, so you know it left from Belfast.
Yeah.
You know this. Why we do in a lazy comedy? All it takes is Moriarty sent us to Belfast, and then you can do the rest of the jokes as normal.
I mean,
Just
also,
care a little bit, please.
also the Tower Bridge and the Tower of London Bridge and Tower Bridge were also fully constructed. No, they weren't. They were like part constructed when Sherlock was shot. When Sherlock was set, sorry. So
It's written, yeah.
yeah, I don't know if it's meant to be like a joke, or if it's just lazy. Like, can't bother editing that out.
It's
or-
pure laziness.
Yeah.
They want to do let's stop everyone dying on the Titanic joke. So who
No,
cares?
It's not a stop
The
everyone
fact
dying.
that literally.
It's when all your relatives die, blame John Watson.
Yeah.
Like, oh god.
They want to do it. They want to do a joke that a lot of people died.
Yeah.
That's very funny, I guess.
Can we go back to the start of the movie, right?
Sure.
How tall
Why not?
is that building that John was going to throw himself off of?
Oh, I
Because
forgot about that joke.
apparently it's tall enough for him not to hear Sherlock clearly enunciating with no other noise around, "Don't land in this garden," but not tall enough for an oversized cucumber, possibly, to save him.
Oh, but see, if it didn't save him, then
Yeah.
they couldn't have had that amazing joke about how Watson thought he was getting talked down, but really he was just getting told not to jump there.
Yeah,
You
man,
know?
how tall. I just want to know how tall that building is. That
Why is Sherlock growing giant vegetables?
Why does this movie exist? All questions that don't have good answers.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't come. It's not a reference to like a Sherlock story,
No.
and it doesn't come back later in the movie. He just is growing a big vegetable.
it's like a.
But are you
Wallace and
saying the
Gromit
joke about Watson landing
It's
on the
Wallace
big
and
vegetable
Gromit.
to survive isn't hilarious?
It's Wallace
But
and
yeah,
Gromit.
you mentioned Wallace and Gromit did it, but like
Fuck's sake.
it was weird at the very start of Curse of the Were Rabbit, but then it keeps coming back. It's just part of
Yeah.
this story.
But what are Wallace
no-
and Gromit?
It's like there's no reason for it. But why this version of Sherlock would care about big vegetable growing? Like,
Oh wait, I know what
hate
it
it.
is. I know what it is. It's a penis joke. Remember?
I think you're giving them too much credit. I think it's just funny watching
Okay, well, personally,
a big man fall on a thing.
This is where I would say it was, because remember at the drunk bit when they're sending the telegram, and he says he has the penis of a porcelain doll. Small, probably.
Mhm.
Him growing a big vegetable that he cleans every day. Oh god, it's another wanking joke.
Thing is,
Oh God's sake.
that would be subtle, and this movie wouldn't
Isn't
be
subtle.
subtle with an
That's
innuendo
true.
joke. They'd just say it, and then they'd say it 15 more times, and then have a couple more scenes, and then do it 15 more times again later.
Maybe Will Ferrell got really into large vegetables and went, "Hey, can I have a large vegetable in this movie?"
It's pure laziness. It wouldn't it be funny if someone grew a big vegetable and then someone broke it? Oh, where'd we put that? I don't know, just at the start, sure, whatever. Why is he growing a big vegetable? Who cares?
Yeah.
John C. Reilly fall over, funny.
Fucking
my
eating
day.
corn. Eating corn right now, that'd be funny. Big vegetable. Asshole.
I think though, like, to get into a bit more of a civilized conversation,
Yeah.
because it's now been about half an hour of us just complaining about every part of this movie.
Because the movie
I think this-
sucks.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying it. I've definitely been happy
Yeah.
about complaining.
Yeah.
But I think I'm thinking about it. I think one of the things that does not help this movie is that from the start the jokes are falling flat. Because I think if
Yeah.
you were to rewatch this movie and like take note of like every actual joke, there's probably quite a few semi decent ones that would definitely work in different contexts.
Yeah.
I think I'm just thinking about film, and because every time they try and make a joke before a good one, it's so awful that when they get something, it's not even a good joke, just mediocre or barely acceptable, it falls a lot flatter than it would, and if it was in a film like A Step Brother or something like that, because you don't want to laugh at this film because you don't want to give it any credit.
That's true.
That's what like an Adam McKay film or a David Zucker film has over this. Is there a lot more rapid fire with their jokes as well?
Hmm.
So if something falls flat, you barely have time to register it before the next much better joke happens.
Yeah.
This film lingers.
Yeah.
Because like there's jokes I don't find funny in Step Brothers or Anchorman,
Oh, of course.
But
but I can't
You forget
remember
about
them
them,
because
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
they'll immediately tell a better joke.
Yeah. That's the thing with comedy. Like, you're gonna get at least one joke that's how to mess with someone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And the jokes that we laughed at certain movies, other people would sit and go, "Why is that funny?" You know what I mean?
Like genuinely, maybe the most like iconic, like breakneck comedy film of all time would be Airplane, right?
Yeah.
If you stuck Airplane on right now, I could point out like 20, 25 jokes that do not work in that movie. But who cares? Because the ones that do work are incredible.
Was that the one with "Surely You Can't Be Serious"?
Yeah, surely you can't be serious. I am serious.
Don't call me Shirley. Great
Great.
joke.
Like, there's enough brilliant wordplay and like great comedic performances and slapstick that I don't really care that the bit where the kid says I like my coffee like I like my women isn't funny, because
Yeah.
the next bit is,
So,
well, it's this film, it's like that wasn't funny, I'm just gonna say it again.
I asked this question to Josh. I don't know if you heard it, because when you were muted and like dodging between muting and no headphones, I'm gonna call you back to episode 2. Yes. What's worse?
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, this or Dragon Ball Evolution?
Right, I'm gonna give you two answers here, okay?
Okay.
I have two answers, and I feel like this sums up why, like, what our show is almost, and why we do this. On a technical level, right? You're talking like writing, cinematography, performances.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Evolution is worse than Holmes and Watson,
Okay.
because Holmes and Watson is a competent, real movie.
Okay.
If you're talking which one I want to watch again,
Yep.
I want to see Dragon Ball Evolution.
Wow. Yeah, I don't believe
Right?
him.
I want to watch Dragon Ball Evolution. I will watch Dragon Ball Evolution 18 more times before I ever consider watching Holmes and Watson again.
Josh, what's worse?
You see, I vaguely agree with Nathan here, but I don't agree with the fact that he just called Holmes and Watson a competent movie. No, I think
I'm just saying,
As-
there's not a house party set in a castle
Yeah.
in this movie. Okay?
like that's what I mean. Like, I think in terms of like as a film, in terms of like filmography and that stuff, then on paper, Holmes and Watson is better. Better. No, I'm not saying it's even remotely good, but it's better than
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
But on that note, that's all on paper. I think
Yeah.
when you break it down, if you're to write essays and stuff, sure, that'd be the case. But I think in every other context of existence, Dragon Ball Evolution's better purely on the basis of you can watch it again and not want to kill yourself.
That's a
Because
good.
it's so fun.
I think
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Evolution has done that thing where, although it's not technically a B movie, it's got that feel so that when you're watching it and it's bad, you can kind of get into it and kind of enjoy the awfulness of it. Whereas Holmes and Watson is a high budget, high production film where they've spent a lot of
Yeah.
time and they've got like all these stars and everything like that. So on paper, that all will be stuff that leads up to being good. And it's not even then bad in the sense that it's enjoyable. It's bad in the sense that every minute of that film is just crap.
Yeah.
It makes me sad. Like,
yeah.
Dragon Ball Evolution makes me laugh. Like I had a
Yeah,
smile on my
how bad
face
it
the
is,
whole
yeah.
time. It's like I like watching that movie. This just makes me upset.
Yeah. Fair enough.
What about you, Ty? What do you think?
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I would watch Dragon Ball Evolution way more times than to the point that if someone suggested Sherlock, like Holmes and Watson, they would be thrown out of the house. Literally.
Yeah, that's a friend you don't want to keep around anymore.
Yeah, like if someone said to me that they liked Holmes and Watson, I assume that person murders puppies. And I don't think I'd be wrong.
I'd presume they've just got the name of the Guy Ritchie movie wrong.
What are...
You know, they're just confused. They meant Sherlock Holmes. They didn't mean Holmes and Watson.
Alright, yeah. Because, you know...
That's what I would presume. They like the Downey Jr. one.
Yeah. I'd turn around and go, who's the main cast? Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Okay, get out.
Get out.
Just get out of the house.
Yeah, leave.
But, no. Just leave. But yeah.
But before we do anything else, I've got one public service announcement I need to make. Okay.
Love a good PSA.
I'll state right now, I've made mistakes, and I want to make amends for them. So if anyone that worked on the movie Marge Needs Moms is listening right now, I apologize. I was wrong. I was mean. I was harsh. I shouldn't have said what I said. I've learned the error of my ways. And if anyone that worked on Holmes and Watson is listening, please stop listening. I don't want you.
Producers at Marzi's Mums, come on, baby. We both said some hurtful things. Take me back. I'm sure we can work
genuinely. I was thinking about that when I was watching Holmes and Watson, how mean I was about Marzi's mums, and I was like, there was such an passion in that movie, and like an attempt to do something and tell an interesting story. I feel bad now because I know how bad it can get.
Oh, well, I'd also like to make mates. Tim Burton, I'm sorry I dug into Edward Scissorhands that badly. It's still a bad movie, but it's not trash. I apologize. There we go.
Okay, since we're all doing our apologies here, I'd like to take this moment to apologize to Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I want to apologize that you had to go through the making of this utter piece of garbage and that you will always be remembered for being in this film. I am sorry that your careers have taken such a turn that this is what you have to do in your lives. I am sorry. Hopefully it gets better soon.
Like, I know what the next thing I'm supposed to say is, but I don't know if it's worth it. But for formatting reasons,
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
would you recommend this movie?
Adolf Hitler? Yeah, sure. To any other human in existence? Nah.
His favorite movie was King Kong. Just trivia fact.
Checks out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, they took a. I don't want to get into the.
Yeah.
Watch the scene from Inglourious Basterds. You'll get the joke I was
No,
gonna make.
I already
Ty.
got it.
Ty, would you recommend this movie?
Considering I don't kill puppies, no, I would not recommend this movie.
Yeah, fair enough. I also don't recommend this movie.
Good.
if you can believe it.
We can all be friends
Uh,
still.
And let's get this last bit over and done with. Let's taint the phrase we came up with. Let's ruin our own little creation here. Josh, is this a midnight screening?
You know what? I think if you're with the lads, you've had a couple of beers, you're chilling out, you got some pizza, then you could flick up Netflix and pick any other film. No, it's not a midnight screening. It's never a screening. Don't know how many times we've got to say this.
Terrified me there.
No.
I was gonna ask you to leave.
I was like, he's built into it. He has to be. Josh understands comedic.
Oh my god.
Josh understands comedy. He's building.
So yeah, I'm not even remotely close to a midnight screening. Like midnight screening, even if you want a stupid slapstick comedy, you want one that's good. There's nothing worse than a bad comedy that's trying to be good that nothing makes you laughing, especially if you're trying to chill out. So no,
Yeah.
definitely not a midnight.
Take note, Ethan Cohen. That's how you do a subversion. Ty, is this a midnight screening?
Well, ever since I was a boy, I've wanted to be gang beaten for a choice of a movie. No, Nathan, it's not a bloody midnight screening.
Yeah, oh, we're going to draw out. No, it's not. It's just not.
We're just done with this now. It's over.
Okay, right. I'm going to move us on to bigger, better things. Josh, what is next week's movie?
Yeah. This is a problem. Usually I at least have a time to think about it, but I've been so caught up in like what we're gonna get to complain about here. I've not thought about this. So, I mean, a few options I've got spitballing here.
Yep.
I think my favorite one is probably "The sky is falling. The sky is falling."
That's a good one.
Okay, quoting from a different movie. Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
But we get
Because
it.
now everyone's gonna think, oh, they're going to talk about Chicken Little. But no, we would never talk about Chicken Little as well as Holmes and Watson 2 weeks
Not
in a
after
row.
this.
No.
Check us into an asylum if we'd watch Chicken Little after Holmes and Watson.
No, we're little hint.
I'm
we're
actually
watching a
excited
good
for
movie.
next week's film. Yeah,
Oh, I
I'm
love
excited
next
for next
week's
week's
film.
film. I don't even think it's a great film. I'm just so happy that it's not a bad film.
Okay, we're really going to have to talk then, Joshy boy.
That's on next week. I've not seen it in a
So
few years.
tune in next week to find out what Josh was talking about there. As always, thank you for listening to us losing our minds here. I want to thank my co-hosts Josh and Ty, as well as our wonderful editor IzPrebuilt on YouTube. His links will be in the description below, followed by the links for the show and our personal socials. If you want to follow us anywhere, you can do that. As of recording, I just secured @needs-a-name on Twitter.
Okay.
So follow me there. That's big for me because it finally matches the brand.
What? I thought you
My
using
Twitter app matches because I can't put @Nathan needs a username because it's too many characters.
Oh, so it currently needs an @.
It needs an @? I changed it a couple of times recently because I'm trying to get it. I'm currently needing name. Sorry, @needing name on
it
Twitter.
is now. It just updated.
It's better, right? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd and follow the show. And what's next? Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, why not check out the Nathan Needs a Username YouTube channel? All of these episodes are live on there every week at the same time, as well as my ramblings about other things. If you like this, but you want to hear just me ramble to no one, to just me, then do that. That was bad. If you are on YouTube and you want to hear us on the go, check out the Spotify page for Midnight Screening. As I said before, all links will be in the description below. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
That's that.
Ta-ta, people.